Hello there, my name is Rachel. The first time you see my channel, I used to review cartoon series, anime series. So stop it, computer random. I've got to talk about a new movie called Extinct. When I saw this first time in trailer like a year and a half ago, that I wasn't expecting nothing about this film because the trailer really didn't convince me because it was sort of kind of basic in first because it didn't explain what it was. It's just a bunch of donut creatures who has holes. They just seen what they do in their lives, and that was the trailer in first. And I was sort of hesitant to actually watch the movie, and I started watching it. And I was sort of surprised because it actually was good, but it's sort of weird, kind of good, not weird bad. It has a lot of ideas that you think will be jumbled up, but no, they actually kind of execute the old ideas very well, especially the sort of character design that look like donut shaped creatures that you think it's just a one of a joke, like one if joke just throw on the trash. No, this design they use it a lot of jokes from it, and jokes that I wasn't expecting to use. Basically, this movie was unbelievably clever of making this design work of type of comedy. They're sort of kind of like slapstick comedy, but sort of clever. And that hole in this in between their bodies, that had a lot of jokes in that little hole that I wasn't expecting, and especially well, it's a story that is sort of weird. That especially you follow two main characters called Ed and Up. They're basically an animal actually is extinct and they're about to die. But one day they actually got sort of banned in the group Ed and Up because how kind of frantic, weird, and sort of destruction they actually are. But they don't do it on purpose. They do it sort of accidentally. When I mean accidentally, they don't actually think before they do something. Especially Up, that she has a lot of ideas, but she never actually talked to his brother to think this was a good idea to do. She just sort of does it, and her brother is sort of the apologist on the family that trying to explain, well, we didn't do it on purpose, it just sort of happened. And this is the reason why they sort of kick out in the whole group, that it just sort of get tired of them. They keep doing the same thing over and over again. And you see the sort of their brother and sister sort of breaking a little bit. Like you see Ed sort of tired of his sister, but between this, they decided, wait, maybe we could fix this. Maybe give some flowers, very unique flowers for the group, for the clan, to maybe forgive ourselves. And that was sort of what the story starts when they actually found a sort of magical flower who could teleport. And teleport, I mean, it basically goes to the future. And this flower can actually teleport all different directions in the world and different time periods. And now Ed and Up are trying to figure out, okay, what do we do next? What are our next thing? And you have this dog, this poodle who explains everything. Yeah, I finally realized, wait a minute, this is sort of Back in Future meets Doctor Who, so they can mess with time and nothing really affects time. It's just little moments that's kind of weird. And you think it will be, oh, kind of fish on a water type of jokes. No, they sort of avoid that. And that's the thing, I'm sort of surprised. Like, good 85% of this film is sort of subverting a lot of tropes that is super obvious. They have decided to avoid that kind of jokes, and I was like, oh, I was sort of surprised they don't do it. Like, that's the best describe this film. I just was surprised every single scene. My mom sort of dropped all the cleverness, all the ideas they actually give here, because they have a lot of ideas that sort of jumble up. Because once more, it feels sort of Doctor Who sometimes, or Back to the Future, because they represent like different time creatures or different people will fame about their discovery. They sort of shows up for a second too, for that moment, just to tell you what this kind of flower can do. And they sort of realize, okay, now what? Like, what was the idea in between? And they explain, oh, well, you see your clan, your type of animal, they're extinct. And Ed and Up was sort of disappointed. Like, we can stop this, we can change this. If we do change this, we can be accepted in the group once more. That's sort of kind of, we have a chance to get in the clique once more and forgive all our mistakes. And that is sort of interesting to save them to do this. But once more, at least the other question, how you convince them that you're about to die. and they try to figure out different ways what to do. Beloved, this movie is so well explained. The points that they made is sort of kind of two type of jokes. One that explains everything, and the other one says "ta-da" kind of ideas that they can basically explain some dumb version to make it simple and funny at the same time. Yeah, I'm sort of blown away. Of course, there is the final act that could be bipolar because they have this sort of twist ending, not twist ending, a twist character that it was sort of hinted because it does explain a lot of things before when you're watching the end of the final act, because I'm trying not to ruin it because I don't know how you feel. If you've seen the movie, you know what I mean, because the end sort of character that I was sort of wasn't sure if I feel okay with this character or not, because this character was sort of hinted what was doing to the very end. You just like, oh, I mean, it wasn't a subjective idea. I don't mean subjective. I mean sort of subverted. It's sort of a twist character in that you wasn't expecting, and it does kind of hinted a lot in the beginning of the film. But once more, I don't know how to feel, but I like this idea? I like what they did to the character. I really don't know. I'm gonna hate it, but at the same time, they do explain what this character does through the whole film. It's one of those films I'm trying not to spoil it that much. It's something you have to see how you felt. Let me ask this question better yet. How you felt you actually did watch a film and see what happened to this character, what he does to end up. Do you like that twist ending? I'm not twist ending, twist character. Do you hate it? Tell me down below. Let me know. And please do not spoil it, because every time I try to avoid spoilers or try not to say anything, someone spoiled it in my last review down below in the comics. I'm trying to please do not spoil it. But other than that, it's a great film. In other words, it's a good film. Just that sort of twist character could ruin the whole film. Not that twist character. There's also another kind of relationship about a character and another character. Once more, I'm trying not to spoil it. They fall in love, but that kind of relationship never was sort of hinted. It just sort of got out of nowhere. But once more, that's a little details I was sort of maybe a little annoyed. But all of that, the whole film was good. It was sort of unexpected fun. Yeah, I didn't know where the movie was going at first, and that in itself is super rare. Yeah, I just enjoyed it. Maybe especially how they sort of trying to promote this in the trailer. And you watch the trailer doesn't really make sense till you actually watch the film. And we watched the trailer once more and like, oh yeah, that's makes tons of sense. We've seen all the things in the trailer. But besides that, the animation was great. The characters were very likable. The written part was really good. Just that sort of two things I said that was sort of But all of that, this is I want to say this is 100% recommendation. It's just that sort of the sort of character I'm trying not to spoil that could be decisive because of you. Once more, I got really nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.